y'all. So I'm here with
James.
And James, I'm about to be asking you like a 10-question quiz about money, because like everybody love money, but they don't know about money, right?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Right. So the first question is really kind of based off your own knowledge, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm about to just ask you that question. If I gave you $1 million right now, what would you do with it?
I would invest in learning how to manage that money and learning how to invest it. I think a lot of people, once they actually achieve the money or they get money, they end up going right back to where it came from, because a lot of people don't feel like they're worth the money. Right. So if you don't feel like you're worth something, you're quick to give it away. Right. Like when you think about when you first got your first check from your first job, what did you do? You blew that thing. You blew it because it's like, oh, I'm not used to having this. But once you got used to having it, it was like, okay, cool, I got to say this. I really got to start being smart with this. Yeah. So if I first touched $1 million, the first thing I do was invest in education and learn how to make that money turn into more money.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Give it up for James. That's a good answer right there, y'all. So where does money come from?
How do you mean?
Like, where does money come from? Like, some people think it comes from, the banks, people, the government. Like, what's the, accurate answer for you? What is all money? Like, what is it? Like, where is it? Like, where is it coming from?
So a lot of times money is actually fake. It's really a concept, because if you actually study money, it came from the bartering system originally, where people will exchange rice and different things like that. It's just a promise for future goods or services. That's all money actually is. Right. So all of it is just kind of made up out of thin air. It's not backed up by gold anymore. So I also day trade. Yeah. I run a credit repair business. I have a couple of different things that I do that actually involve money. So a lot of it is it's a lot of made up stuff, but it has value. It's just the promise of something in the future.
Right. So money is made up, y'all. Money is made up. That's a good answer. Like, real rap.
Oh my God! Wow!
Next question. Do you believe money is the root of all evil? Why or why not?
No.
But why not?
No.
Most of the people say yeah.
Okay, so
I'm dead serious.
So if you go back biblical, it don't say that money is the root of all evil. It says the love of money is the root of all evil. When you start using money to sacrifice people, and you start saying, all right, there's two ways to become the biggest building in the city. You can either build up and become the tallest building, or you can knock down everything else. When you're knocking down everything else, I think that's when the problem becomes. Because think about this. If you want to go help somebody, how are you going to help them without no money? You got to pay rent. You got bills. Money cannot be the root of all evil. Only when someone loves it and they're willing to sacrifice other people, like how people be saying the stuff about the Illuminati or whatever it is. Yep. Oh, they sacrificed such and such for $1 million. That would be wrong. I can't tell you if that's actually true or not.
Okay, what is the difference between asset and liability?
Oh, that's easy. The super simple definition is assets put money into your pocket, liabilities take them out.
Okay.
That's the simplest version. You can go deeper into saying things about equity and then liabilities constantly taking money out of your pocket, and how you put effort into an asset and then it gives you money without you having to spend your time there. If you look up this book called Rich Dad Poor Dad, it'll tell you a lot about liabilities versus assets.
My brother put me on that book, y'all. I'm reading it right now. I'm trying to tell y'all, go get that book.
Yes. I believe that a budget is just an allocation of whatever resource, allocation of money, allocation of time, allocation of energy. I think people should budget their time just as much as they budget their money, because if you start to budget your time, I think sometimes your money will automatically come in there, because I think we end up spending a lot of money just because we don't have nothing inside of our calendar. So when your man say, let's go out, let's go hit the club, let's go party, let's go to this thing, let's go out to eat, and you like, well, I ain't doing nothing anyway, you end up spending money you didn't plan on spending.
Exactly. Now you got money that you wasn't, But that makes sense. Okay, so do you believe time is money?
No.
Okay,
no.
Why is that?
Time is infinitely more valuable than money. If I told you I was going to give you $1 million right now, but you had to die tomorrow, would you take it?
No! No!
5 minutes later.
So what is the purpose of saving and investing? Like, what's the purpose? Why should people invest and why should people save?
The purpose of saving and investing, so think about, it's you versus future you, right? You right now take care of future you. If you don't do any type of investing or saving, you're not setting future you up for success.
Right.
Think about if anybody works inside of a restaurant, for example. There are people who work the night shift, there's people who work the day shift. The people at night, if they're not prepping the stuff for the people in the morning, they got more work that they have to do, and they can't do the things effectively. And the same thing vice versa. The people in the morning, if they're not prepping for the night, it don't work out. So right now, what you're doing when you're saving and investing, you're prepping your future self for success.
That makes sense. Y'all, he teaching me some new things, like for real. Anyway, okay. The next question is, what is a credit card and how do it work?
So a credit card is borrowed money.
Okay.
The way that it works, there's a lot of different ways that it works. But essentially, it's money that you use and you get to pay back over and over and over again.
Okay.
And what I would recommend for people is that if you're going to use a credit card, use it to obtain assets or use it to obtain knowledge. Because if you're just buying clothes and shoes with the credit card, you're going to put yourself in debt. Bad debt. There is good debt and there's bad debt. Bad debt is debt that when you spend it, you really don't have anything to show for. You get some clothes, some things get burnt up, it's nothing. But let's say, for example, you took that credit card, you went to go get like an Airbnb or you put a down payment on a house and now you have somebody renting that thing or Airbnb out of space and you getting the money right back. And guess what? When you pay the money back, you still get to use it again for the next property. You keep the rinse and repeat.
What is the risk and rewards of a credit card? Like, I know you kind of explained it just a little bit, but like, could you, like, for somebody that don't know nothing, like they saying, like, what's the risk and rewards? Like, what should they be careful with? What should they be, like, happy for, excited about when getting a credit card?
Rewards points. I think that's one of the biggest things because think about it like this. If you buy something with your debit card, you spend the money and it's gone.
Yeah.
And that's it. There's no discounts. There's some places that got discounts. If you spend the money on a credit card, you now have the ability to get points or cash back. And imagine you getting 3% cash back for money that you're going to spend anyway. You got to pay your rent. You got to pay your utility bills. You got to pay your insurance for your car. You got to pay those things anyway. And if the credit card is giving you cash back for the money that you was going to spend anyway, you're basically getting free money back.
Bro, a lot of people don't know that.
It's very unfortunate.
So, thank you for that. Last question. What is interest on a loan?
Interest on a loan is just that. It's pretty much a fee for you being able to borrow the money.
Okay.
That's pretty much all it is.
Okay.
So when you think about you get a house, if they're going to lend you money, they're thinking, okay, cool, I'm going to give you this money, but what am I going to get in return?
Right.
The banks are in business to make more money. So when they lend you money, the interest is just a fee that they're charging you for the money.
Right, so they can make more money. That makes so much sense. Good, that's good. Well, anything you got to say to the people?
I would just
What
say,
you recommend for college students or anything?
I would just say never lose belief in yourself. I think that's probably the biggest thing over anything else. Like, there's going to be a lot of things that's going to hit you every single day. And you have to, it's the same thing with the banks.
Yeah.
You can't make withdrawals unless you've made deposits. So every single day, put something positive inside of your mind. Because every morning when I wake up, I listen to like motivational videos and such. Because think about as you go through the day, people are going to ask you for things. There's going to be things that's going to make you mad. Somebody might cut you off inside of traffic. And that's constantly taking withdrawals from you. And when you need that little second of like, man, I'm thinking about giving up. If you have nothing positive in your brain to pull out, all you're going to do is pull out all the negative, and it's going to make you stop. So make sure you put in those positive things
It's
out
going to make you
of
crash out, and you don't need to be crashing out.
Am I really that much? And breaking these niggas down like a camera. You don't really know you.